Hansel and Gretel by Grimm Brothers. In a small cabin in the forest, a poor woodcutter lived with his new wife. They had two children, Hansel and Gretel. One year, their harvest was very poor. They didn't even have bread for a day. The father couldn't sleep and said, "How can you feed our children?" The stepmother said, "Let's leave them in the forest. If not, we'll all starve to death." "No," said the father. "The beast will eat them up." The stepmother kept nagging him. The father couldn't think of a better idea. Hansel and Gretel, too hungry to sleep, heard their parents. "What shall we do?" Gretel said, crying. "Shh! Be quiet, Gretel." Hansel calmed his sister down. "Don't cry, little sister. There must be a way." Hansel went outside when his parents fell asleep. The moon was shining. White pebbles shone like silver. Hansel filled his pocket with pebbles. He went in and whispered to Gretel, "Everything will be okay." The next morning, the stepmother woke the children early. She said, "Let's go and chop wood. This bread is for lunch." The family went off to the forest. Hansel dropped the pebbles on the path. They walked to the middle of the forest. The stepmother said, "Rest here until we return." Hansel and Gretel waited for their parents. They ate all the bread and fell asleep. When they awoke, it was midnight. "I'm scared," Gretel sobbed. "Don't be scared," Hansel said. They followed the pebbles in the moonlight to get home. Their stepmother was upset. Before long, they ran out of food again. "Let's take the kids deeper into the forest. Then they can't return home," said their stepmother. Hansel and Gretel heard them. Allah, there was no way for Hansel to go pick up pebbles. Their stepmother had locked the door. The next day, Hansel dropped breadcrumbs on the path. In the deep forest, their parents left to get wood. Soon the sun set, but they didn't come back. "We can follow the breadcrumbs," Hansel said, but the birds had eaten up the crumbs. Hansel and Gretel walked for 3 days, but they couldn't find the way back home. They were very hungry. Suddenly, a beautiful white bird flew by. The bird sang beautifully and flew off deep into the forest. They were charmed by the bird's song and ran after it. Hansel and Gretel walked and walked. They saw a little house and ran to it. The house was made of cookies. "Wow, Gretel, eat the roof! I'll eat the windows!" Hansel shouted. "Who's eating my house?" someone asked. "It's the sound of the wind," the children answered and started eating again. The door opened and an old woman appeared. Hansel and Gretel dropped the cookies in surprise. The old woman said kindly, "Don't be afraid. Come on in." She led them into the house, holding their hands. There was lots of food and a nice bed in the house. Hansel and Gretel ate a lot and slept comfortably. But the old woman was a wicked witch who ate children. She looked at Hansel and Gretel sleeping. A smile came to her face. The next morning, the witch locked Hansel in a cage. She ordered Gretel, "Go cook. I will fatten him up and eat him." Frightened Gretel started sobbing, but she had to listen to the witch. Poor Hansel had to eat to be fattened. Every morning, the witch said, "Let me touch your finger." Hansel put out a little bone. You are still much too thin." The witch couldn't see well. She thought the bone was Hansel's finger. A month later, Hansel's finger was still thin. The witch could wait no longer. "Gretel, bring water. I will cook him now." Poor Gretel brought water, crying. While Gretel was boiling water, the witch lit the oven. The witch said, "I will bake bread first. Creep into the oven and see if it's hot enough." The witch wanted to eat Gretel also. Smart Gretel asked, "How do I get in?" The witch said, "Silly thing, put your head in first, like this." The witch put her head inside the oven. Gretel quickly pushed her into the oven. The wicked witch died in it. Gretel opened the cage and let Hansel out. "We are safe now," she shouted for joy. There were treasure chests in the witch's house. Hansel filled a sack with jewels. "Let's hurry before it gets dark," Hansel said. They left the witch's house and came to a big lake. A dog swam close to them. It carried them across the lake. Hansel and Gretel walked and walked. At last, they saw their home. They started running and shouted, "Father, we are home!" Hansel and Gretel jumped into their father's arms. He was overjoyed to see his children again. The stepmother had passed away. Hansel, Gretel, and their father lived happily ever after.